What is up, folks? Briston Gaming back with another episode of 7 Days to Die Mods Weekly, and today we're going over some fun little mods. And our first fun mod is Snufkin's server-side vehicles. And this mod is cool as all get out. And just like the title says, it is server-side. You don't have to have it on client, just on server. The reason I love this thing so much is it adds just a crap ton of cool vehicles. You get this cool little parachute here, where if you're on the top of a tall building, you can flomp around all over the place. Actually, jump down? Ah, screw it. Can't jump down with it. But what's cool is these mods, these vehicles, these big ones here actually can hold more than just, one or two people. They can actually hold 4. Some of them can hold 6. So, like, you can carry just a ton of people with you when you go out on missions. And my favorite is this little bathtub blimp. I mean, it's just a cool little bathtub blimp. Like, there's really not a whole lot other than just it's a bathtub, but it's a blimp, and it handles pretty well. I can actually fly this a hell of a lot better than I can the gyrocopter. And since we've brought this into our gameplay, Luna and Winzo and Lynn, just my friends and wife, just absolutely love these vehicles. Like, you've got this one here, which you can do cool little tricks and flips and stuff on. Handles freaking crazy, can turn on a damn dime. But this mod is just so freaking cool because, it's server side, and it just makes it super easy, and there's no impacting like a lot of these big overhaul mods like Warzux or Undead Legacy, stuff like that. Like, these don't impact it. Like, they still operate just fine. So you can have these and a big overhaul mod, or just build a server side list, throw this on there, and anybody you play with is gonna freaking love it because they're freaking cool as crap. But we're gonna end on this strong note. We're gonna move on to the next mod. Okay, folks, so our next mod is Snufkin's server side slots. And this is really cool because it's a nice little decoration thing. Yeah, they look like a whole bunch of normal vending machines you'd see at traders and stuff like that, but when you come here and you interact with them, you have these cool little graphics here. I can't get this to work. This is kind of an old mod. I was perusing through a lot of Snufkin stuff after I was trying to figure out some stuff with the vehicles, and I saw this. I was like, you know what? I'll give it a shot. If for nothing else, then just it looks like you could actually create out a little gambling parlor. Like, I know a lot of people like to play role play stuff or just have cool decorations. This is a cool decoration thing that you can add. There are decoration blocks and stuff where you can add actual slot machines, but I think, for the zombie apocalypse style of DIY stuff, I think this just looks really cool. Plus, you've got the cool little characters here that just really help sell how cool this mod looks. But with that, we're going to move on to the next one. Okay, folks, so our next mod is Lootable Corpses by Survager. And this is a really cool mod because it doesn't just work on freshly killed zombies. It works on any corpse you find out in the world that you would normally smash for materials. But what we're going to do here is we're going to spawn in a handful of zombies so I can show you kind of what they do. You see, you kill them all. You don't have any bags. Instead, the actual zombie corpse itself is lootable. You can actually sit here and get some decent stuff out of this. Now, this is going to bog down on a horde night. You're going to have a ton of FPS issues because of all the corpses sticking around. But I kind of like this method of looting more so than having all of the old dead zombies just kind of disintegrating and then becoming a yellow bag for loot. I like this. This just, I don't know. It's something about this. Like, it's something about, you killing a zombie and then actually having to like rifle through its pockets to get gear from it. Or you stumble upon a corpse out in the world and it's like, oh, hey, nobody's looted this yet. Now I can. And then you actually get something from it. And with this whole how Alpha 19 loot scale works, where it goes up by game stage, the longer you play, potentially some of these corpses, you might find decent stuff on there, and you can always roleplay it like you're the lone survivor in this world. That's why safes and stuff might have such good stuff in them. Like, I don't know. I like it because it does add a lot of roleplay. But with that, we are going to move on to the next mod. All right, folks, so our next mod is You've Got Mail by Doughphunghus. And this mod is really cool because all the little trash piles, trash cans, mailboxes, stuff like that you see out in the world are going to have stuff in them where normally they'll have like feathers or just crap items. This actually adds just a little bit to it. You see I got a couple boxes from these. Come over here and loot this one. Okay, so this one gives me another package, a little red checker piece, part of the mod, and some dukes. It does kind of water down loot container loot though. Like it can kind of push out, you know, chance of getting other better stuff. But I like it because it does add, like when you open this, all this crap that you can get from it. Like it can give you really good stuff. It can give you really bad stuff. Like you don't really use some of this crap. Like it's just really cool. Or at least I think it is. Like air freshener, like what is that for? You know, tape, stuff that you can actually do stuff with. It just adds a lot to it. You have a book here for Tide Pods, you know, or Tide Pools. I'm sorry, Tide Pods. That's the kind of shit we've dealt with this year, folks. Like, well, last year, but still, it's just this mod actually adds just a ton to the game. It does clutter up your inventory. I'm not gonna lie. But it helps to add stuff that you normally wouldn't find in the game. Like it'll add random pages when you go loot trash or you go loot a mailbox. It actually helps spice up otherwise empty loot tables for some buildings. I'm not going to run around too much. I just wanted to show off that it is actually a really fun mod. At least I think so. And I hope you guys will enjoy it as well. But with that, we're going to move on to the next one. Alright folks, so our next mod is the Call of Duty Modern Warfare Vacant map POI by 000100, and this thing is a big POI. It is a very in-game POI. It is not something you're going to go into on day one. You're going to want to be higher up because it is a big POI. Like, look at how big this thing is. There is just a ton of crap here. There are a bunch of zombies in here. There is a ton of really good loot. And like you can see, like I said, this thing is big. Got a little dog here. Let's phase in some doors. A bunch more dogs. Like there is just a lot here. There is just so many different zombies here. So much loot. All different kinds of vending machines you can mess with. Like this place is just freaking huge. And what's really cool is you can actually use this once you've looted it and everything. You can build out and turn this into a cool, fun community park if like you're running this on a server, or you can turn it into a cool PvP base on a server, or just mess around with friends and stuff like that. Like this thing is just extremely massive. It is a really cool POI. At least I think it is. The guy did a really good job on it. It's just, there's just so much here. Like you can't even really, just in a quick video like this, you can't really get into how much is here. This thing is just huge. But with that, we're going to move on to our last mod. Alright folks, so our last mod of the day is the Pork and Fork Drive-In by CaptainandMental, and it is a cool little mod because it adds a little dining area and a drive-in movie theater area. There's not a whole bunch of loot here. There is some loot, as you see. There are zombies and stuff here, like that guy laying there minding his own business. But this is a cool little POI because it's pretty open. It does let you, if you decide you wanted to like build here or something, you've got these little buildings here that you could actually use to turn into a base. Block this area off. You've got yourself a nice wide open area you could use for traps. It's kind of cool over here. You could use this to store vehicles and stuff in. It's a small little POI, but the CaptainandMental make really good POIs. Like, I haven't found a POI of theirs that I haven't enjoyed or haven't had on a map that I've played on. It's really cool. It's easy to add in. You just throw it in your prefabs folder, generate a new world, bam, there you go. Or if you're using nitrogen, you can add it to the nitrogen stuff really easy. Just throw it in your prefabs folder, build yourself a nitrogen world, bam, there it is. Like, this mod is really cool. It does add an awful lot. But we are done for the week. Thanks for sticking around. I hope you had fun. I know I did. Take it easy, and as always, we'll see you next time.